Bianca, could you spell your last name?
Alvarez.
Okay, great. And you're head curator.
Yes, I am.
ITC.
Of the ITC.
Okay. So a little bit about the move. I'll start off with that, going from 180,000 square feet, which I know that the museum did take all of that, but also the amount of stuff. Can you talk a little bit about the logistics of such a thing, a little step-by-step on how that was accomplished?
Sure. So I jumped right into the excitement as far as my role goes and joining the ITC's team. So I started in September 2024, and so we were already preparing at that time to move out of the Texas Pavilion building. And so, obviously we couldn't bring all of our collection into this new museum space. This is purely museum at Frost Tower. We have a newly constructed climate-controlled facility called the Archives and Collections Building, which is part of the UT San Antonio Libraries and Museums system. And so that is in Leon Valley, and there we also, not only do we house the ITC's artifacts, but part of the university's fine art collection, along with the library's special collections, archival materials. So everything was handled. We had contracted professional object handlers and packers and movers to make sure that we were in alignment with museum best practice.
So like most people or many people who have to move, you had to store some stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So magnify that by a million.
Yeah. What sort of things were moved? Because we see the outward appearances of exhibits, but what about maybe their old stuff you had, or papers, or what were some of the most fragile things that you really had to be cautious about?
Right. Well, definitely the papers, as you mentioned, archival materials, ephemeral materials. But like, for example, our canoe, which is on view in the main gallery, that one is on loan by the Texas Archaeological Research Laboratory, but we've had it, in our care for several years already. So those were some of the most, those needed the most love and care in its handling. And but we did it. Everything was documented, photographed, carefully packed.
Old clothes.
Yes, inventoried.
Costumes and things.
Yes, yes, we do have all of those, packed and in our collections building.
What about some of the buildings that were out in the back, like I can't remember these log cabin things? What happened to those?
So those remained at the site, and were also, they went with the Texas Pavilion.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But you have digital.
But we
a
do.
digital experience.
Yes. Prior to packing everything and bringing the exhibits down, we did document every angle of our exhibits floors. So we have that available as a virtual tour. I know we plan to make that available on our new
Was that a lot of work to document everything beforehand?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It is a tremendous collaborative effort. We're a tiny but mighty team, but we're a dedicated team, and everybody was committed to making sure that we were in alignment with best practice.
Because you're not just moving household contents, you're moving history, essentially.
Right. It's priceless. We are.
Yeah. And last couple of questions. What will people see when they come into the new place? Because I read that museums are struggling a little bit since the pandemic. And what draws people in today to a museum?
Right. So that is a trend that we've observed in the museum field, is trying to bring people back into the museum space. We're so used to consuming material online, and so one of the things that we are doing is leaning into technology. In our main gallery, we have a couple of interactive kiosks. They're called our Discovery Stations, which allows us to expand our footprint and share a more fuller story in a digital capacity. We have the ability to embed those into our website as well, and so we're hoping by playing with some of these different approaches of sharing glimpses of what the museum looks like on the inside with beyond the museum walls. We're curious to track how that translates into bringing piquing curiosity, so we get those visitors into our doors.
Yeah, that's an important trend.